Okay, we are live. And the sound you can hear is my snoring chair. Just setting up the streams. We've already started our watch list. And away we go. Well, the TikTok guys will be joining us shortly. So the ticker that I'm looking at the moment is 4D Farmer. It's the top gapper. We've got two today that are over 50% up already. So one is Zentech, which is a new listing on the NASDAQ. It's been upgraded from the OTC markets. And I want to see this back up. So we'll pull back down. I want to see this 810. We've seen this at the level of 810 previously. Break of 810. Came back. It's moved up. It was selling off. And we're getting resistance at 810. So the break of 810 could be interesting on this one. I'm not going to look at that algorithmic spike there at about 7 minutes past 10. That isn't a true price action. So I've got a few on the watch list today. We've got, so we'll just enter there for move up. Take a little bit of profit at 825. We'll get out at 780. So gonna, that's not right. $790. Looking for 830, 790. Oh, police are out in force, it looks like. Police helicopters looking for something? Probably me. This one's got good clinical trial results, which is the main one here. So we've got support here at 880s, 780s. Support and resistance 780. So I'm looking at the 5 minute time frame, 1 minute time frame. I've got support and resistance at 780. So I'm just going to hold on to this for the break of 810. I'm going to see it above $8 and stay there. So we're kind of consolidating right now. We got in for the break of 810. We've got a lot of volume came in. It tried to break there and then pulled back. This was at 8:15 market time. We saw this one tried to. It went past 810 up to 818s. And then pulled back. So we're getting that resistance here at $8. It's popping above. So it's showing that it's a zone. We've got that zone of resistance on the whole dollar, but we've got a zone of 10 cents either way. I need to stop scratching my face. So we're happy to get out of this if it drops below 780. That's where we're seeing the support and resistance levels. It's pre-market, so it's low volume normally. So we're not going big size. We've got a decent enough size, 5,000 shares. Our average price is 811. Oh. Okay, so we're just going to get out of this. We got in a little bit early, I think. Looks like it's not quite ready for us. We're just in here for 5,000 shares at the minute. You can run, but you can't hide. Yeah. I'm just going to cut that. 2K loss. 2 grand down on. It's not a good start to the day. Right. Okay. So we've got the chat. Let me finish setting up this stream. Okay, thanks, Phil. Yeah, guys, let's get as you come in, you know the rules. As you enter, you need 10 taps on the screen just to get the likes up. So you know that the position went against us. We looked for the breakout here of 810, but it went up to 818. We didn't reach our goal, so when it pulled back, we gave it a little bit of breathing room, but it pulled back a little bit too far, so we just got out. So 2K loss early doors, not a good start, but we've come back from worse. So, you know, we need to be more selective on the setups. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like there's going to be quite a few movers today, based on my knowledge of the ones that I've picked out for the watch list. So we've got 4D Pharma is gapping up on news of positive medical trials. We've got Resolute is also gapping up on news of positive medical trials. We've got Zentech gapping up on the fact that it joined the NASDAQ yesterday. It's uplifted from the OTC markets. And then we've got the stonks, the meme stocks are back in play after yesterday. They had a good a rallying day yesterday. So GameStop, AMC, Bed Bath and Beyond, all those kind of costs that they tend to move together. So and typically, so I exited my position as it went up. So I swear sometimes the market is conspiring against me. What do I think about Paribas Novatech and things like that? What things like that? You need to be a bit more specific. What is it? What is it you're asking me to comment on? That I've got people that come round to do that. They've just not done it. I think it's because they're probably scared of the dog. That's probably why. So cutting the hedges is the property management company's job, not mine. They'll come around with a strimmer at some stage and cut it, but like after I'm gone, it's their problem, not mine. So the new, I need this above 820, so it went up to 818. We've got quite a few movers today, and then we've got to be fair, most of them are selling off now. They popped up on good news and then they're selling off. Zentech, I don't know much about the company. It was an OTC company, but it did pop up pre-market on its uplisting from yesterday to the NASDAQ. So that went up to $15. Oh, $15. It's now over $4, so it's retraced 75% of its gains, 80% of its gains. So it may not be one worth messing around with today. But Resolute and 4D Pharma certainly are interesting. 4D Pharma is the one at the moment with all the movement. 69% up on the day, 3.1 million shares traded already. It's a 22 million share company. So, and it's got financial year earnings due to take place beginning of next month. So there's a lot of different catalysts on 4D Pharma. Good morning, Jack. Auto trade programs. It's a scam. These trading robots or algorithmic traders, it's a scam. Don't bother with it. They will show you back testing results, and the back testing results are they tweak the algorithm to fit the back tested results, not the other way around. So all of these, if you're paying for signals, you'll lose money. If you're paying for access to a chat room and alert systems, you'll lose money. If you pay to use one of these automated traders, bots, or whatever, you'll lose money. Okay? There are no shortcuts. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you want to be successful in the markets, learn how to trade. Everything else is a scam. If you don't invest in yourself, acquire the knowledge, learn how to chart, learn how to read the charts, learn how to spot the patterns, learn how to understand price action, learn how to dig into the company fundamentals, learn strategies and methodologies of the markets. Unless you're prepared to do that and invest in yourself to do that, you're going to lose money. Everybody wants a get-rich-quick scheme. Everybody wants to take the shortcuts. And do you know what? You try and put a roof up without beams, it's going to come down on your head. Right escape. I love the simplicity. You could sell high and buy low if you want. No, the dollar cost averaging doesn't work in intraday trading. It works in investing. So if you value investing and you're in it for the long term. So the question was, what's your main strategy? Dollar cost averaging? So dollar cost averaging will just get you into a bigger hole. So a lot of the companies I'm dealing with on a daily basis, a lot of the companies I trade on a daily basis are garbage companies. They'll have one good day in 360. So what we're looking for is cashing in on that one good day. And there's always one stock or two stocks or a handful of stocks on any given day that are making big moves on relative good volume. And we need to take advantage of that. And that's what we, as intraday traders, that's what we do. So dollar cost averaging, if you find yourself into a losing position and it's starting to sell off, and you start dollar cost averaging, waiting for it to come back, it might never come back. Some of these, basically what you're doing is you're setting yourself up with nasty bags that you're never going to get your money back. You're setting yourself up a big hole, and maybe sometime in the future it's not going to be worth what it was, but that dollar value, it will hit that in the future, and that money's just wasted. So you get your money back and it's not worth what it was 3-4 years from now. What's the point? I'd rather just get in and get out on the same day, cut my losses. If I'm like today, I got in for the break of the highs. It went against me, so I cut my loss. I cut my stop. I actually gave it more than I should have done. I should have cut at 780 and I cut at 775. So, you know, cutting your losses is a discipline that you cannot be taught it. You cannot learn it. It's just something that you have to practice. It's not something that innately is in your average person. So you have to practice. It's muscle memory. You have to get used to being wrong. You're going to be wrong every single day. You're going to get into a position and it's going to go against you, because ultimately we don't have a crystal ball. Not every position is going to go according to plan. So you're going to get into a position and it's going to go against you and you're going to lose money. Every single trader loses money. What you've got to get good at is cutting your losses before they become critical. That's what you've got to get good at. Recognize that you can be wrong. Recognize you're going to be wrong. Dollar cost averaging, you're going to be wrong a lot more, because what you start doing is it's gambling then. It's, you know, your whole strategy becomes a prayer. So you're in a position, then you add to the position. It goes against you, so you add to the position to average down, and it continues selling off. So you add more, and before you know it, when you should have got out for like a $200 loss, you're now $2,000 in the hole. That's not good for day trading. So my strategy, there's a few different strategies depending on what time of day it is, where we are with the market, the movement of the stocks, etc. But my favorite strategy, where I would say I get the majority of my gains, is gap and go. So I look for gap as pre-market. I map out the key areas of support and resistance, and I mark them on the chart. If I don't mark them on the chart, I've got them mentally marked. I know where they are. And then we look for that, particularly at the open, we look for the break of those levels. And then when it breaks those levels, I'm not the only one that trades this strategy. So inevitably we'll get a volume surge that pushes that on for a rally, and we take profits from that rally. That's the gap and go in a nutshell, if you will, in lay terms. So that's my go-to strategy. I have a momentum strategy, which is my secondary strategy. And then if it gets towards the end of the day, I'll trade reversals. I'll trade the momentum strategy during the day. If we're in a downwards market, a selling market, I might short, but the short will be exactly the same strategies. I'll just be shorting instead of going long. So yeah, I've got a handful of strategies that I like to trade. You've got about $15,000 in it, and it's getting higher. People are getting payout. Well, good for you. If you think robot traders are profitable for you, good luck. I would stake that $15,000. I would match it if you double your money, because I know you won't. It will lose you money in the long term. You're not going to double your money. Yesterday, I'm doing the strategies that employing the strategies that I use. Yesterday, we had, for the last 3 days in a row, we've done $10,000. On a daily basis, yes, Keith. That's exactly what I'm saying. So dollar cost averaging, if you're talking about long-term investing, dollar cost averaging is the way to go. That's what I'm doing with my crypto position. That's what I'm doing with my indexes that I'm invested in. So long-term, to make your money work for you, dollar cost averaging is the right thing to do. So what you've got to do is get away from investing versus trading. It's two different things. It's making money out of the markets, but there the similarities lie. So investing, you want to, if you're investing in a particular company, for example, you want to do fundamental analysis around it. You want to look at the company. Is this a company I like the look of? Is this a company I believe is going to grow in the future? Do I want to be part of that, funding that growth and be able to profit from that growth in the future? It's a long, you're looking years in some cases into the future. That's where you would dollar cost average. And that's what I'm doing with my crypto positions. Every time, at the end of every month, I'm adding to my position and I'm dollar cost averaging. So if every time the market recedes, every time we get that retracement, I'm looking at that as a discount buying opportunity, because I know in the long term those positions will rise. But if you've got less patience, if you're wanting to do day trading, the very definition of day trading is intraday positions. So you're taking a position during the day and you're selling it the same day. So whether if you're shorting it, you're actually taking a short position and covering in the same day, but you're actually doing it intraday. So swing trading is kind of the hybrid of the both. It's the medium of the both. A swing trade, typically you would hold it overnight, maybe a couple of days or a week, and you're just trying to capture the length of a movement, a rally position or a sell-off. That's would be a swing trade. But value investing and where you do dollar cost averaging, that's where long-term investment comes into play. And it's a different strategy, but they are all making money. Now, do I think that I can beat the market? Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it on a daily basis. There's no argument that I'm beating the market on a daily basis. If I look at what the market's doing, if I look at the SPY, today the SPY's down 0.5%. It's up 4% or something overall in the last week. My position over the last week, I'll just pull up my details here. So my position in the last week is, what day are we today? 23. So I'll go for the beginning of from the beginning of last week till today, and I'm up quite well. Actually, I'm up 28K. So I'm up 30%, 31%, 31.5%. I'm up on this position from the beginning of last week. And granted, that's because we had a big red day on the Monday, $31,000 loss on the Monday. So if I just look at, it's Wednesday today, so Wednesday to Wednesday, and we're up 78%. So that's 5 trading days. In the last 5 trading days, we're up 78%. Which market is up 78% in the last 5 trading days? So can you beat the market? Absolutely you can. It's when it comes down to economies of scale, if you're getting into 6-figure numbers and beyond, 7-figure, 8-figure numbers, the economies of scale don't work that way. So you end up making less percentage-wise, but you're making more dollar-wise, if that makes sense. Thoughts on GME pop off today? I can't tell one way or the other, Keith. It's had a couple of good days in a row. It had a nice little rally yesterday. The thing is with GME, it's the whole meme stock crowd, the whole ape nation or whatever they want to call themselves, the Reddit bunch or whatever. They don't follow logic. So As a result, the stocks don't follow logic. I wouldn't bet against it. I'm certainly not going to be shorting it. I'm not joining the hedges and shorting it. I wouldn't bet against it, but I'll wait for the confirmation before I enter a trade, and I won't be holding it. The same thing with AMC, the same thing with COS, Bed Bath & Beyond, BlackBerry, any of those that make moves today, I'm looking to cash in on the move. I'm not investing in them as a company. Quite frankly, GME I don't like as a company. I think it's a trash company. The way they treat their employees is terrible. I think long term, what are they going to do? You know, bricks and mortar games, apart from actually selling the consoles, which you can buy from Amazon, you can buy it online. So selling the actual physical consoles, what are they going to do? I mean, the new consoles don't even have a CD drive. There's no slot to put your media in, so you have to download your media. So what are GameStop going to do? How are they going to sell downloadable media? I just don't think it's a sustainable business model. They have to change. How they change, we see on a daily basis people saying that they're changing, they're going to be doing different things. Hey, Cornflake. But for me, GameStop, absolutely, I'll buy into it and trade it, but am I holding it long term? No. Treasure. What's the ticker? You're looking for Treasure. The only Treasure I know is the Korean pop group, K-pop group. What ticker is it that you're after? Tell me the ticker and I'll look it up. I've not traded Treasure, so binary options. I would stay away from it if I was you until you learn how to trade. It's bigger risk. So it's akin to, so options are akin to swing trading, but it's higher leverage, so and therefore higher risk. Same thing with Forex. So learn swing trading with stocks before you move into options. That would be my advice. And then once you go into options, once you've got enough to go into options, the good thing about options, what I like about options is you can get in there with a very small position. But a lot of these people, they take what they call lottery positions. So it's an all or nothing move. And if it goes against them, and the thing is with options is that they can expire worthless as well. So if you're going to go into options, if it does nothing, what you're gambling on, and in some cases it is a gamble, what you're gambling on is there is going to be a volatile move, either up or down. If it stays the same, you're not going to make any money. If it goes against you, you're not going to make any money. No, play nice in the comments, guys. Play nice. How's the dog? She's sleeping on her bed, on her sofa now. So she was snoring very. Well, thanks for asking. She's still not right. She was still bleeding, but hopefully these different meds will. These different meds will help. They're releasing an NFT marketplace. Well, that really puts me at ease. When I think my view of NFTs, after all the hype's died down, we had that initial surge in hype, and now we've got so many people left holding bags in the NFT space. The majority of NFTs are garbage, are scams being pumped by a social media following. I'm not convinced. Somebody, look, changed my mind. I'm not convinced with NFTs at the moment. It seems to me that not only is it not regulated, but it's just one big scam. The whole art thing, I would never pay 40 million bucks for a Picasso, an original Picasso. I wouldn't pay 25 million bucks for a first edition of Lord of the Rings. I don't understand that collectible mentality. I've got relatives that are into antiques and things like that, and they are big on the collectible mentality, and they make money at that. But as a way to make money consistently and investing, somebody convinced me, because I just don't understand the whole NFT place. So for you to say GameStop's opening an NFT market, that doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence either way. Anybody that says diamond hands is the new way of investing doesn't know what they're doing. They've just got into it in this last year as a result of GameStop and AMC. Diamond hands is not a way to invest. If you are long-term invested in a company and you are dollar cost averaging for the growth of the company, it's got to be in a company that's growing, not something that was $500 12 months ago and now is trading at $110. That's just ridiculous. You get into the markets to make money, not to give your money to the markets, is all I'm saying. Have the same mic. Well, I only bought this last week, so was it last week or the week before? The big one doesn't work. The compressor on the big one's broken, so I was going to take it in and get it fixed, but this seems to be working fine. It's only a cheap one. It's like 25, 30 bucks, something like that. So I've got dog hair all over my desk. I need to give it a wipe over the weekend and clean it. Just noticing. I've moved my ring light round to the side, and it's just lighting up all the crap on my desk. I'm noticing it more. It was up there, so I didn't notice it as much. So I'm going to have a spring clean. What screeners go well with your intraday strategy? I'm using Benzinga, and I use Benzinga every single day. I sing the praises. I can't say enough good about them. I have my gap scanner set up. I've got my momentum scanner, and I've got my surging scanners. Then I've got my alerts and signals, and I've got the news ticker. That's what I'm looking at on a daily basis. Earnings season, I can also look at the earnings calendar as well. That's interesting. IPO calendar, what's coming up. All of that at my fingertips on Benzinga. So that's what I use for screeners. How many people do I have in the stream? Oh, come on, guys, you're doing me dirty. 200 people in the stream, and we've not even got 1,000 likes. Everybody in the stream, do me a favor, guys. Everybody in the stream, just tap the screen 10 times. If you're on YouTube, smash the thumbs up button, smash the subscribe button. But if you're in TikTok, just tap the screen 10 times. 10 times, there's 200 people. I should have at least 3,000 likes on this stream. What it does is it helps with the algorithm. If we're getting engagement and it says that it's an engaged stream, it'll push it out to more people and get more people in the chat, and we can get a good discussion going. Right now, there isn't a huge amount moving. We've had a couple of movers pre-market. So 4D Pharmaceutical is the top gapper at the moment. It's pulled back since it gapped up, but it moved up to almost $12. It's now trading at $7.16. We've got Zentech is gapped up on the basis that it moved up after yesterday. It wasn't an IPO yesterday. It was uplisted from the OTC market yesterday. So this is its second day on the Nasdaq. So let's see what that does. And that's the second biggest gapper at the moment pre-market. We've got Allego, but it's relatively small volume. You can see pre-market is relatively small volume. It did pop up to over $12 just after 8 o'clock, 8:30-ish. But it is relatively small volume. It popped up and it was down just as quick. Now, we do have Resolute, which is also gapping up. It's a 20% up on the day. So I'm looking at that. That's a clinical study, positive clinical studies. So that's good news for that. And we've seen how pharmaceutical stocks can really run on a given day if they have good news that takes the interest of the market. AMC and GME are both down at the minute. They're trading below the VWAP. They're up on the day, but they're trading in a downwards trend. Jack, that's all you're doing is paying a tuition fee. Go to paper. You can actually trade a paper account on TradingView if you need to. So very tight risk management, absolutely, Jack. And what to do as well is when you get green on the day, that at the open, be very selective on your stock selection. Okay, be very choosy on your stock selection. Be very tight on your risk management, get green on the day, and then walk away. Your first week, it's about getting green and getting into a habit of being green on every single day. That would be the first thing I would say, Jack, is get used to getting green on the day and then walk away. And don't necessarily walk away from trading, move back to paper trading. If you can't paper trade on whatever platform it is that you're using, then jump into TradingView. It's free. You can paper trade for free on TradingView. And just practice the strategies. Practice, momentum strategies. Look for the patterns and look for the breakouts and just get in and do it that way. That way you're actually doing it without risking any money. So once you've got green, move off your account into either a paper account or just walk away from the day, depending on how green you get as well. It's this one. It's a Microsoft mouse. Microsoft Windows mouse from back in the day. Had that for a couple of years now. Mickey Mouse, yeah, absolutely. No, it's a HP laptop. I'm in Dublin, but I'm originally from the UK. I don't trade options. I do trade options, but I'm not trading options on a daily. So I don't day trade options. I know there are people that do, and I know some profitable people, their go-to strategy is options. And I've tried a few of the more complex option strategies, but I've got my sweet spot, and my sweet spot is low to mid cap stocks. If it ain't broke, why fix it? That's what they say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if I'm earning no, this is an Omega. This is not a TSO Powermatic. This is an Omega. This is an Omega Seamaster. What are you on about? A TSO? Trying to insult me? People come into this chat and they say things and it doesn't faze me, but he's just insulted my watch. It's not a TSO. One thing I'm very passionate about. I've got a nice little watch collection, and I like my watches. When do I use options? Well, I like to trade options when it's in the bull market. At the moment, I'm staying away from options, but bull markets I've found are for me. And this is only my own preference. When you're in a strong bull market, I can trade options better and more profitably. You listened to me and lost your life savings. Well, you clearly didn't listen to me. Because one thing I say every single day, Omar, is if you're going to put money into the markets, don't put more than you can afford to lose. I say every single day. So clearly you weren't listening to me, but, I feel sorry for you. No, trading is risky. Over 85% of people that put money into the stock market lose money. That actually increases when you start taking other instruments into consideration, the likes of options, and in particular Forex. Over 95% of people that trade Forex lose money in the long term. The recent study by the trading platform eToro, they did over 80% of their own customers lose money. And they lose money on average, so the median of everybody that's trading is 36% of their equity on an annual basis. They lose money. So, well, then what are you complaining about? If you thought you would afford to lose it all, then what are you complaining about? You didn't lose anything that you couldn't afford to lose. No, leave Omar alone. He's just a kid that's trolling. Bless him. That's right. Stage one, don't listen. Put your money in and gamble. Lose it all. Stage two, put more money in, gamble, lose it again because you didn't listen to stage one. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't give stock picks, so I don't know what you're saying that you listen to me because and lost money, but I don't give stock picks. I don't give signals, and it's if you've put money in and lost it, that's on you, buddy. If you tried to follow my trades and didn't execute where I executed, that's on you, buddy. Sorry. I tell everybody do not follow me blindly. Benzinga don't recommend stocks. Benzinga give you the scanners, so you've got to set them up to show you what you want. So you can be looking for top losers. You can be looking for top gainers. You can look for the highest volume, the highest traded stocks. You can look for it, all different things, and you set your scanners up. Now, I'll give you all a tour in a second. About what I look for in my scanners, and you can make your mind up. I've actually got them listed on the tube, on the stream that I'm showing on Twitch and on the tube. People can actually see that. Have I got any setups playing out for anything in the crypto market? Not at the moment. I've not actually traded the crypto actively. I added to my position at the end of February, but I've not actually traded. I did like the look of today. I checked my positions today, and whilst a few of them are down, I saw that Cardano was still up today. So last time I looked, and that's the one. It's a couple of percentage points. Granted, it's not moon gains, but that's what I'm looking for. Is those couple of percentage points on an ongoing basis. The rest of my positions down on the day, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, but Cardano, Cardano's the one I probably lost the most on in my position from last year. So it's good to see it start gaining, and I like Cardano. I think it's got a good future ahead of it, and that's for me. For it to maintain above $1 a coin is a good sign. So it's above $1 now, and I just want it to stay there and continue to climb. If you're a beginner in Forex, where should you learn how to trade? If you're a beginner in Forex, learn in a paper account. Do not put money into Forex. The likelihood is you'll lose. You're selling your dirty socks for cash now, Omar. God, don't do that. You might need them when the winter comes around next year. I know you don't wash them anyway, but you might need them next year when winter comes around. So sell your underwear instead. Nobody needs underwear. So learn how to trade on paper first. Forex is higher risk. A lot of people get into Forex and the gamblers. They get into it with a gambling mentality. They get into it with a gambling mindset because they see how much they could win. Inevitably, they don't. Over 95% of people who get into the Forex market actually fritter all the money away and lose it all. So my first bit of recommendation is, if you're thinking of getting into the markets and you wanting to be a trader, don't. There are easy ways to make money, less risky ways to make money. Granted, from my experience, they don't make as much money, but that's slightly different. The second thing is, if you're not going to listen to me after my first piece of advice and you're still adamant that you want to get into the markets, only put in the amount of money that you're prepared to lose, because ultimately you're likely to lose. So that's the second piece. The third piece is, don't risk that money first. Learn how to read charts, learn how to spot patterns, and the patterns are universal. It doesn't matter whether you're trading Forex, it doesn't matter whether you're trading stocks, it doesn't matter whether you're trading crypto. These patterns are universal. The indicators they're universal. So you can use the indicators, you can use the patterns, you look for the setups and learn how to do technical analysis. Fundamental analysis, if you're going to be investing, that's a little bit more complex and complicated, and you can grow into that kind of area. People are earning very good money doing fundamental analysis for third parties. So my advice is learn technical analysis, learn how to read charts, learn how to identify key areas of support and resistance, and then learn how to trade that, learn how to trade the setups, learn how to trade the patterns. Do all of that in a paper account. If you can't afford to subscribe to something like a Dash Trader or a MetaTrader or whatever your platform is, just go on to TradingView. It's free, and there's a paper trade. You can use a paper trading account on TradingView for free, and just practice and learn and get used to spotting the setups. That's the first thing I would do. Then move on to a platform and move into a real-time platform with real data that you potentially will be trading with at a later stage, and use that and get profitable in a paper account with that one before then risking money. All of this is probably take you at least 3 months, probably longer. If what you want to do is start earning money tomorrow, this week, next week, go and buy a lottery ticket, because that's the mentality that you're approaching the markets with. This is a job like any other. It requires skills like any other job. If you went to the dentist and you sat in the chair and he came out with a Black & Decker a Black & Decker drill or a Makita drill to operate on your teeth, you'd be out of that chair quicker than Jack Robinson. You'd be out of that dentist in a flash. It's the right tools for the right job. And it comes with experience, okay? So part of the tools for day trading, and one of the most important tools, is the mentality and discipline. This is something I can't teach you. This only comes with practice and training. So you need to practice. You need to train your mentality. You need to train yourself to control your emotions. Get away from that gambling mindset. What the majority of people, when they start trading, they'll get a quick win. They'll start off with a trade plan. They'll stick to it. They'll be very disciplined. They'll get that quick win out under the belt. They'll win $200-300, and I'm using those words specifically. Win $200-300. I think this is easy, and they'll go back in to maximize that, rather than saying, okay, I'm just going to walk away. Just take another 5 minutes, let my emotions cool down, because the emotional rush they got from that initial gain, that initial $200-300 winning position, the emotional rush they've got from that now affects their decision making. So they go back in and they give that money back, and we've got people in the stream can testify to this. They'll give that money back and then some. So that's how they end up being a losing trader, because the whole risk versus reward position goes out of the window, the discipline goes out of the window, because the emotions take over. And the emotions are not just prevalent when you're in a losing position. They actually take over when you're in a winning position as well. So you've got to be very careful and get used to suppressing those emotions. Be very methodical, be very transactional in your mindset, as opposed to that gambling mindset. That's me on my high horse. So you're a beginner. So Mimical is asking, it's got $140 bonus, which you've got 40 days to trade, after which you can keep all your profit. You're in your third day now. So you've gained $15, okay? And then you've given it back. Okay, so look, if it's your first couple of days trading, my first thing that I would say is move away from real trading. Go back to paper money. Trade in a simulator first. If you trade in a simulator, then you're not risking any money. You can practice your strategies. You can practice the methodologies and get good at that, and then you could transfer them across to real money. Now, it's not uncommon for people to get 15-20% up in the first few days and then give it all back to the market. You started with 140, you were 10% up, and you've given the majority of that gains back. So that's not uncommon. A 1-to-1 ratio in terms of accuracy is not uncommon for beginner traders. So you win, for every winner there's a loser, and vice versa. So just manage your risk. So when you're entering a trade, have a plan before you enter it. Don't just jump into something because it's moving. Have a plan. Where are you going to take profit? and have a risk. If it goes against you and if it turns against you, where you're going to get out, and stick to it. That's what I would say. X38, yes and yes is the swift answer to your question. Am I doing a Discord or teaching classes? I've got a Discord, but so far I've only invited people that were that are actually subscribed into the course. There is a course. It's 150 bucks. It's an 150 bucks subscription. There's at the moment there's about 17 hours of lecture material in there. You can get there if you swipe left. Click on my profile, swipe left or whatever, and follow the pointing fingers to the TikTok trader. I'll show you that a little bit later. We've got 25 minutes. I'll show you that now. In fact, we've got 25 minutes to the bell, so I'll give you the tour around the desktop. What are the fees like on Interactive Broker, say for a 5K trade round trip? So they're charging me $3 a transaction, $3 for execution. So it costs me six bucks for a round trip on Interactive. That's how much I'm getting charged anyway. Okay, guys. So everybody asking me where I'm getting my stock picks from, where I'm getting my created media. That's just jumped up there. So where I'm getting my stock picks from, and this is Benzinga. So Benzinga Pro, I've got my gap scanners here. So this tells me how much it's gapping up by. It tells me what the ticker is. Tells me what the price is. Tells me how much it's gapping up by, what the volume is, and who they are. I can have a look, see what the relative volume is. So right now we've got a 5x relative volume or 4x relative volume on created media. If I click on this, what it does is it brings up this piece here, and eventually it tells me why it's moving up. Created media climbs on long-term data for stem spine procedure in back pain. Okay, so that's down here. That's why that's moving up. What's the key data? So it's a 6 million float, only 6% shorted, so it's not a short squeeze candidate, but it's a low float stock, which is what we look for in terms of volatility. Like I say, the news is there, so it's got a good medical catalyst. If I get rid of that. This is Benzinga. And I always look for a catalyst when I'm looking at things. So then I've got my momentum scanner. Same thing, but over 15 minutes as opposed to over the session. My surging scanners is 5 minutes, and this one is done by volume. It's sorted by volume. So where are all the traders trading? Then I've got my alerts. So what are the price spikes, either up or down? When the regular market opens, I get halt and resumes, which is a good signal for volatility. And then towards the end of the day, I switch on my high and low signals. And I've got the rolling news ticker as well. So this is Benzinga Pro. Okay, if I go into my profile, so where can I find this? I go into my profile. You swipe left, you come to this. My profile is here. There's a link here, the TikTok trader. You follow that and it brings you to this. This is my link tree. Okay, Benzinga Pro is the third one down. So all of these scanners, you click on this and it opens up for Benzinga Pro. You can just go in and start your free trial for 14 days. And you get access to all these scanners, alerts, the squawk box, everything else, signals, trade ideas, all that kind of stuff. You can do that for free for 14 days. Then there's a subscription after that. It's not. I don't believe it's expensive. It is worth its weight in gold as far as I'm concerned. If you want to learn how to trade my way, then the top link is where you want to go. So what this does is it brings you to this particular course here. Now, partnered with Teachable, so it's on the Teachable platform. It's reputable. There's a money-back guarantee if you're not happy. Like, you can have your money back if after a couple of days you decide, okay, I don't get it, or this is not for me, then just get your money back. You can learn how to trade. Here's the syllabus, everything that you're going to learn in the course. It's 150 bucks a month. You can cancel at any time. and I've even got my trade profit and loss for the last 2 months and the first month of this year. So I've got my account reports, got my trader view stats there, and I've got my broker reports there. So showing that the strategies I teach and in that course are profitable. The platform that I'm using is Daytrading Pro. There's a link there. So this is Daytrading Pro. I've got the 1 minute, 5 minute, the 60-minute and daily charts up on there. Over here, I've got 8 different tickers that are all on the 1 minute time frame. This is my watch list on any given day. So this is what I'm doing. Over here, I've got the stream chat that I'm adhering to on the stream. So that's how I'm set up on a day, and that's where I'm getting all my ideas from. That's where I'm getting. Okay. So what sells? Somebody said sells. If you break 320, we see 380. Well, I'd like to hope so. So I'm just going to jump on that very thing. So that had a big push just after 8 o'clock. It's now consolidating sideways, but 320 is, I'm going to mark this on the chart. That's our area that we need to watch. It's consolidating kind of between 315, 313, and $3. It's lower price stock on my list, but it's a good catalyst. We've got 18 minutes to the bell, so 17 minutes to the bell, so it's worth keeping an eye on. End serves popping up. So we're getting a few movers today. Yeah, TLKA going to $100, you say, Danderman? Give me a reason why. Why? And Axie and Infinity, why should we buy Rose? I'm not saying don't do it, I'm asking why. If you're going to put out stock signals like this in the chat and expect people to follow it, but at least give us some context, okay? So X38 Daytrading Pro, that's what I'm using for my platform. There's a number of different ones out there you can use. Most brokers have their own proprietary platform, but yeah, I like Daytrading Pro. It suits me. The hotkeys, the hot buttons and things. What's the ticker on screen? That's CELZ, CELZ. It's gapping up on it's creative medical technology is what it is. So it's gapping up on pharmaceutical news. Yeah, just stick to your profit and loss. I don't know what point you got in there one time, but stick to your profit and loss. Be disciplined about it. I like Neo. I like Neo as a the reason I like Neo is it's probably the biggest competitor to Tesla for the last couple of years, even though they've not actually released their product into the market outside of China. It looks to be a good product, and I'm very bullish on the whole EV space. So that's the future of transportation. And I think Neo, whilst it rallied last year, it's come back down, but the wider market has as a whole. So as the market moves back up, I think you'll see Neo move back up as well. So if the market continues to sell off, I've had a bit of a rally this last week, but if the market decides to sell off again, then Neo may come back down again. It's starting to take its lead from Tesla in that EV space, and Tesla's following the wider market to a large degree. The SPY at the moment, I've got the SPY here, so it's trading underneath the VWAP. It's right now it's about 0.5 percentage point down. I'm not too worried about the wider market today. We've had a bit of a good rally, and I think potentially we could see another bit of a rally today, and it wouldn't surprise me, is all I'm saying, if we see another rally today in the wider markets. That's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't try and follow me blindly. Don't follow anyone blindly. Signals and alerts will cost you money, but not make you money. Just remember that one as well. And I know, because I'm speaking from personal experience, when I first started trading a couple of years ago, I paid for signals and alerts. I paid for a number of different Discord chat rooms and stuff, and I lost money. And of course, the people that were running these rooms, they always put up these tickers that went well for them. They don't tell you the tickers that didn't go so well for them. We just broke 320 on sells, so we're getting a bit of volume coming in here as well. So I want to see this up at 330, or I'll exit at 15s. I'm only giving it 5. I was going to give it 5 cents, but I'm just going to get out. That went against me, but I'm not too worried about that. I'll wait for the open. If that's going to continue to move up, I'll wait for the open. So that faked us out. We got in for the breakout there at 320, and it went up to 322. I think it was 323, and then pulled back. So we just cut our losses. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to be very disciplined, very tight risk. If it doesn't go your way right from the off, it's either you know, it's with these strategies, it's either works for you straight away or you get out. Okay, what's the ticker on screen? As I say, that's so. Okay, how many people do we have in the chat? 60 people. Okay, well we've got over 4,000 likes as opposed to the 5,000, but that's okay. We don't mind that. Be nice to get 10,000 likes today. Let's get this stream doing. My question there, Classic Furnishings, are BNPL stocks any good? I'm not giving stock picks. I give my advice. I don't give financial advice. I give my opinion on things. But my question to you is, why did you get into it? So if you've got a lot in Zip and you hope it comes good, my question is, why did you get into it? Because if you got into it on somebody else's stock pick, then I would say get out, cut your losses. If you're holding a position long term, you need to know why you're getting into it. If you're holding a position at any point in time, you need to know why you got into it. So if it's a short-term day trade, you should know why you actually took that trade. Yesterday, for example, yesterday evening, I was watching looking at my trades from yesterday. Every trade that we made yesterday was a winner. We had 3 trades, and we made money on all of them. But one of the trades, we took, I think it was $9,000 we realized, and I was $12,000 up on this one ticker. And I ended up taking $4,000 off that remaining position that was 12,000. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, Tony, why did you not take profit there? So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, Tony, why did you not take profit there? So constantly be reviewing your trades. If you're still in it, ask yourself, why did I get into this trade in the first place? Did I make the right decision? Did I get into it on emotion, or were the signals set up to actually make a good trade? Were my expectations realistic? Was I just chasing the momentum? You need to have an idea of why you got in the trade in the first place. If you can justify why you're in the trade, then you can ask yourself that question there, Classic Furnishings. Is rather than just hoping whether it's going to come good or not, you should know whether it's going to come good or not. Because if you're in a trade, you've got a plan in place. You should have a plan of where you're going to be taking profits. If it doesn't go there, you should also have a plan of where you're going to cut your losses. And if it's already beyond that, where you're going to cut your losses, the quick answer to that is no, it's not going to come good. Even if you exit now for a loss, and 2 days down the line, it turns around and does go good, you made the right decision, because you're just basically trading on a hope and a prayer. So you need to have a plan before you enter every single trade. No, Alistair. So I was, funnily enough, I just missed the entry there on sales. So I was looking for the break of highs. So the break of highs was at 320. We had the high of day. So it was coming up there. We saw the volume coming through, and we got the break of the high, but we had no follow through. So it pulled all the way back, and then it's broke it on this attempt, and it had the follow through. So it's got the follow through now that I was looking for on the previous break of that high. So now the new high is up here at 343, but we're chasing now. So I'm looking for a pullback and a confirmation pullback to a support area. So we missed that entry because I was too busy talking to. So this is why it's more difficult for me to trade on stream than it is if it's just me doing this. But I enjoy streaming because it's better than doing the lonely trading. So I'm actually enjoying the stream, but it does take some of your attention away sometimes. So we've got a little pullback here. So the next entry position, next candle to make a new high, and we can potentially get in here. A little pullback down to 330s, 335. So if this now breaks highs, we potentially could have a move on our hands. On the daily, I'm not seeing any significant areas of support and resistance. 360s is the next real resistance level I can see on this. And then we've got a high of up at 388 from that's this year's numbers. If I'm looking at all time, yeah, 388 is the all-time high on this particular ticker. So 360s is the next resistance level after it breaks this high. Of course, you've got the $half level, psychological level, but it's not so much a resistance level based on the charts. We'll just enter there. So we're getting some volume coming in now. Let's see this test the $half level. If you're wondering what that snoring is hey Shando, that snoring is my dog. So we've just hit the $half level. We're over the $half level, so I was going to take some profit there, but I'm just going to hold this, ride it up a little bit, getting volume coming in. 360s is the next level of resistance back in January. So we might get a little bit of resistance at 360. Just watching this. So this is creative medical. Just going to exit or kind of break even. Yeah, so that didn't make any difference. We just got to break even there. So it pulled all the way back to 335 in the end. It's now back up at 340s. So this keeps pulling back. We'll look for an entry point later in the day. So we're getting a lot of interest here. We're getting volume coming through. Like I say, we got out there because it's moved up to 355. We wanted to see it test 360. So when it pulled back, we just got out break even. Okay. So we're just back in there now for retest that $3.50 level and beyond. Give it 10 cents. It went up to 358, I think 356 it went up to. No price movement at the moment, just consolidating sideways. Our buy price is 346. Be quiet with your snoring, you. Very distracting. Nice little setup, potential setup here. An upwards breakout. High of this candle is 349. What's 330? There we go. Ooh, let's see this break upwards, not downwards. Nice little bull flag breakout. That doji is not usually a good sign. When you get those dojis, they tend to be a sign of indecision in the market. Neither the buyers or the sellers are making any headway. So it's usually, those dojis are a sign of indecision. So it can a sign of consolidation. So it's going to take a little bit off there. $150, but it's just reducing the exposure because it's consolidating sideways. I want to see it up, retest the highs. It's not yet doing that. Get a break even on that one. So just $150 back on that. So we're still in the hole a little bit on the day. But we've got time. We've got a couple of minutes for the open, so I'm just going to watch the open now. Yes, I was trading it before the market opens. I've just got out of it because I don't want to be in this position when the market opens. We've got these highs up here at 56, and I'm just watching this into the open now. So we've got 15 seconds to the open. So I've just exited the position. I took half off for a little bit of profit and then the rest at break even because I don't want to be holding this into the open in case it tanks. I think it will probably moon up, but if it does, let's watch. I'm waiting for it to break that. There we go. Take some off. This is not. It's not decided which way it's going to go. So I want to see this move upwards. Test 380s, 390s. It broke the 366, which was the area area that I was talking about there, 360s, which is the next one is 388. That's the all-time highs. I'll just take a little bit more off there. Don't like that pullback. Okay. So we're way off the halt levels. We have to break 440 before we get even close to a halt. So this is we're getting a few profit takers now. I want to see upwards movement. So 366 is where it's at. That's our buy price. Let's take a little bit off. It's not moving with the momentum that I wanted it to, that I expected it to. So I'm just taking profits as we go. You know, the base hits are good hits. The previous high of day was 356. That was pre-market high. It's come back, tested that as support, so that's a good sign. Just watching this now, 360s. I'm just going to get out there. We found a lower low, but I'm looking for the next candle to make a new high, which was 370. We got out there before it flushed all the way down to 345. So far it's a break-even trade at $50 to the bad, but we've still got that 4D farmer that didn't go well for us. How's that doing? Sold off. A quick look at, I'll change my scanners over while I'm out of this trade. So change my scanners over to the regular market. And have a look at what else is moving, if anything. Oh. Okay, nothing got on based on the watch list. There's not a huge amount moving yet. So the high of this candle is 370. High of this one is 357. Getting now further lows. So it isn't looking really good for a setup for the highs now. It's pulled all the way back down to the VWAP. The long wick on the 5-minute is showing the selling pressure. So keep an eye on that one. And there was one we saw, Neurosense Therapeutics. Just hitting the scanners. Traded this well the other day. So we just entered a position there. Break of this opening range. See, break 75 up to 680. Rejected the first attempt. Let's go back up, try again. So this is currently the high of this candle is 675. That's 675. This one is 669. Low of this is on the VWAP 640. Wide of the gates, this really surged up. This is based on the same news from Monday. We had the news on Monday. It went up 300% at one stage on Monday. And we'll just have a look. Pre-market high of 770s pre-market highs. So we had a little bit of resistance there pre-market at 666, which is where we've come in here and found resistance here as well. Pre-market highs 774, 770s. We've got a spread of about 10 cents or something here. So 780s up towards $8 would be nice. $7 would be nice first before we start getting to $8. Traded this on Monday, so we should know how it plays out. It's got a big range on it. It can move quite quickly one way or the other. I think this halted a bunch of times on Monday, if I'm remembering rightly. I'm just giving this a bit of breathing room to make its move upwards. I want to see it above the VWAP. It's kind of coming down towards the VWAP and then going back up, and has done on the last couple of times, but continues to fall. I'm just going to have to get a significant loss. The movement on this is madness. It was on Monday. Madness. It sold off yesterday after the highs of Monday. I'm looking for a continuation now to kind of recover some of that. Went up to over $8 on Monday. The fact that overall since Monday it's not even retraced 50%. Yesterday it sold off to about 460s, I think it was. It's a low of yesterday. Yeah, 458. That's a strong indication on the stock, is that it makes a big move up and it doesn't retrace that amount. So that's usually a good sign. AMC and GME are making the moves up now. So those meme stocks, the stonks as they like to be called on Reddit, are making their moves up. We'll see this up towards $7. Break $7. Nice. High of this candle is 685. The volatility is fine. We don't mind that. It's spreads are anywhere between kind of 5 and 10 cents. So just be careful of the spreads. If you enter a big size and the spread's 10 cents, it can make a big impact to your P&L. Just watching this. Took a little bit off. It's not moving up as quickly as I would want it to in terms of velocity. We're getting a bit of volume coming in there, but just took $500 off. Expected this to go on a bit of a parabolic run. I was hoping it would go on a parabolic run like it did on Monday, but we're not getting that level of interest on it. What we did do is get a lot of interest on 4D Pharmaceutical. That did go on a parabolic run. That's currently halted. Wow, that shot up 70 cents in a minute. I'll have a look at that in a minute. It's not really going our way, so I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes. Let's see this move up, test $7, but it's finding that resistance at 690. So break 690, test $7 with a chance of breaking highs. There we go. Take a little bit off there, a bit extra. So that's $1,200. We're down to 900 in the hole on the day. Okay. What's our buy price? 675. Wait for a pullback and then I'll add to my position. Continues to move up. Okay, we'll add to the position at 710s. Our average now is 694. So if it breaks below $7, we get it, we exit. A little over break even. See this, it's currently high of that candle is 625. Giving a little bit of room. Break 625. Pulls back to 7, then we exit. So we're just watching this at the minute, just consolidating, moving up but slowly. So it's meeting a bit of resistance at the $0.25. There we go, we broke the $0.25. It's the $0.50. Okay. Ooh. Watching this, reached 765 is where it got up to. Needs to hold at 7. Okay, we'll just exit there. Okay, so we made money and we're giving it back. So it's not ideal scenario. So I'm just going to jump into this one for the momentum. Enough for the break of the $0.50. Didn't hold. We're just watching, we're just in 4D pharmaceutical now. See this. Okay. A bit off, which went big size there for a few minutes, took a bit off. We're now back in the green. We're watching this now for the run up towards the break of $9. Alt level is 915 if it gets there. Right now, we're just watching the volume dying off, so it's going to take a little bit more off, reduce the exposure. We're green on the day, couple of grand, couple of thousand. 4D pharmaceutical is what we're trading at the minute. I would like to see this break the highs here. We've got resistance at 917, 920. So we've been over $9 pre-market. We've been over over $11, almost $12 pre-market. So if we can get over 920, then it's after that's 950. So let's get past $9 first. If we can break $9, this could go on a parabolic run today. We're in for 10,000 shares. The ticker is LBPS, as in pounds. You know, I'm kind of 300 pounds in weight, that kind of LBPS. The market open so far is it was choppy, it was difficult, and we're green on the day now. I want to see this up over $9. A lot of people just trying to take profits there up at 850s, 860s, because we're not getting the volume to come through for the push on towards $9. But I think they'll regret it, because I think this is going to go up and break $9. I just added on the dip to the VWAP bounce at the VWAP. Just watching a little bit of consolidation, a bit of a pullback. I want to zoom in so I can see this better on the 5 minute. Oh, that was 818 level, pre-market level. Stay above 818. I'm giving this too much risk. What was the level here? 650. Could really have gotten out at 780. Candle there. I'm taking a little more risk than I should have done there. I see this back above the VWAP. and move upwards. Otherwise, this could be a bad red day for us. Yeah, I'm gonna cut there. So we just lost $11,000 though, so $12,000 in the hole right now. So it's a bad day. And you know, not every day is going to go your way. So we did 10,000 for the last 3 days in a row. We're currently 12,000 down today. So that just went completely against us. We took big size, so that was the risk that we took. And you know, that happens. So let's address the chat. Check AMC. Yeah, I'm watching AMC. It's just pulled back a bit. I'm watching AMC and GME. They both did the same thing. They kind of reached up to $20 AMC, and it's pulled back to 1930s now, so 1920s. So back down to the VWAP. So I called AMC out at the beginning of the chart. The stonks. I said that they had a bit of a rally yesterday, so it wouldn't surprise me if they decide to go on another rally. So we made a couple of so far it's 100% green yesterday, 100% red today. So we just got to look for something that's going in our direction. Sells sold off when we got out. 4D's selling off. Halted down now. That could be an interesting bounce. Oh, it probably gap down and then move up. Zentech's done nothing but sell off. Resolute sold off. Get rid of some of these off the chart. So look at sells here. That might turn around. And yeah, so GME is now down below the volume weighted average as well. So Resolute's pretty much sold off. So there's a lot of selling off now. So right. What I was in sales. Can you clarify trading sales before the market? Yes, I was. What's the stop? What's the ticker? Yeah, we've so FX scalper. No, we've lost. It's a red day so far. Red day so far. Zane boss. Thanks for the whatever that is, treble clef or whatever it is, TikTok thing. Okay, so we've got 26 people in that chat. We've got a number in the Tesla was decent for you today, Cornflake. Great stuff. I hope you made money on it. So we're now looking for a turnaround on everything that's selling off. Or we look for something like Redbox Entertainment to pop onto the scanners. Have a look at why it's popping onto the scanners. No reason. Well, that's not a trade. So that's halted downwards. It's looking to resume down as well. So it's going to gap down by about 6 cents by the looks of it. 8 cents. 10 cents now. So that's going to gap down. Potentially could get a bounce, but you can't guarantee a bounce. GME's trying to retake, and both GME and AMC are trying to retake the VWAP. What's going to be funny about the GME crowd? Sells is not looking good now. It's been selling off. So it popped up out of the gates. We actually made money at it out of the gates, and then we gave it back. So we pretty much broke even on sells. Then we went into 4D Pharma, and that's where we lost $11,000. So we're looking at where the volume is on a Lego. I don't see why it's saying the volume's there, because it's not. Cells is where the volume is. Creative Medical. Oh, we'll keep an eye on these for some surging stocks or momentum. How do you set up Benzinga? Okay, so what I'll do is if you stick around for 5 minutes, let's have a look. What I'll do here is I will do exactly that for you. Okay, so I'll show you how I set up Benzinga. So when you take out a Benzinga Pro subscription, this is what you get. This is your workspace. This is what you get presented with. Now there are a number of different options available to you in terms of setting up a workspace. There's a bunch that you can do that are you know, out of the box. But what I like to do is I'll go over on here, and the first thing I'll do is I'll set up my movers. Okay, I'll click on my movers, and I'm looking for gainers, and I'm currently on the regular market, but I normally set it for the pre-market, and it's for the session. So then I'll do that, and I'll come across for the filters, and I'll set the price. So I want a minimum of $3. Just that's the way I'm looking at it, and I want a minimum value of 50,000 shares traded. Okay, so that's my filter. So that's the first one that I do. Then I look for the scanners or signals. Set up the signals. It gives you little tutorials every time you do it. It looks for the signals. You get halts. You can set up the highs and alerts, and then I set up the news. Okay, news feed, and it pops up like that. Little tutorial every single time. I need to click the little box that says "Do not show this again," but I've not. Okay, so now on that I've got the morning scanner. I'll set my volume. I'll bring that across here. Sorry, I'll move the name across here, and then I'll get the average volume here. Okay, so that's how I set up my scanners. So then I'll pop this out 4 times. So you can get a pop out there 4 times. And the first one looks like this. Then it looks like that. I've got that one, which is on the 5-minute. And then I've got that one also on the 5-minute, but it's sorted by volume. That's how I set up. And that is, my friend, my Benzinga scanners for the pre-market session. Now, I've switched these over to the regular market session, but I save that, and when I log in, it gives me that that workspace that I showed you before. So that's how I set up the Benzinga scanners. Very, very easy, very quick. Very easy, very quick. So we're looking at sells. We're looking at 4D. It did gap down to, resumed at 23. So 4D pharmaceutical halted at 741. It was almost, and it resumed at 720. It's 725. So almost 20 cents gap down. So just watch for kind of turnarounds. Well, the first area of resistance that you're going to get is 730s. So we need to get pre-market areas of resistance there. Look at 730. $0.25, 725, 730. That's the first area. It's got to get above before I can consider this a reversal. So realistically speaking, we want to be 734 above. So next candle to make a new high above that on the 5-minute. Otherwise, it's not there. Okay, so we're 2 o'clock my time. We're 10 o'clock market time. We've got half an hour. We're in the hole to 12K. There's still time. Passed out. Anyone can hear that that snoring? It's not me. I promise you. It is the dog. It's I don't snore like, well, I do snore, but not like that. My snoring is attractive. Savagery wanted to know if I'm doing well. No, we're not having a good day today. Okay. So yeah, chat's gone a bit quiet. So that's okay. If there's something that you want to see, something you want to know, just let me know whilst having this quiet moment in terms of volume, quiet moment in the market, and just give me a shout and let me know what you want me to talk about. It is. Sales is just consolidating down around $3, so at 310s. So yeah, it is trading sideways at the minute. What are you doing now? Wait. Go stay. I don't know if we will see another pop on sales. If I'm being completely honest, I can't say one way or the other. We've had a couple of dojis there down around the 312 level. The volume's died off. So these candles, volume candles now are averaging about 200 shares a minute. So 200-300 shares a minute, whereas up where we had the big volume candles, we were talking over 1 million shares a minute. Out of the blocks, it was 4.5 million shares in that first minute. So we need to see the volume pick up. It's like a tenth of what it was, less than a tenth of what it was at the open. So we need to see the volume pick up a little bit if we're going to get a turnaround, if we're going to get another pump. I think GME is probably looking at the moment the most likely to pump from what I can see. I've traded GME last year when it was absolutely mental. Again, the volume's not there with GME or AMC. It's making moves up, but if I compare it to what it was like this time last year, not even remotely close in terms of the volume and volatility. We've got a range on GME of about $20, not even $18 range. But if I think back to last year, you know, GME was moving $50-60 in a day, and we had AMC was moving $20 in a day. So the volatility is not like it was last year. The good old days. So just watching for some action right now. The market's it's gone a little bit quiet. We're just looking for some momentum to come into the market. So we're keeping an eye on the scanners. This happened yesterday, and we got a stock kit surged in about 10:15, and it hit the markets a bit on some news, and we made good money with that. It went up huge amounts. So if we get a stock that moves, we can look at it. X38. The classes are I've recorded the lectures, so you know you can jump on at any time. It's learn on demand, lectures on demand. And sometimes you just got to walk away from the markets. I'm talking to you, Jack Sparrow. Sometimes you've got to just walk away from the markets if they're not going in your favor. Now, I look at the setups that I've traded today already. So I look at cells and I look at 4D Pharma. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I in the red? I'm looking at those setups and I'm thinking, there's no way I should have lost money on those. But that happens. Sometimes it goes against you. So cells, we should have absolutely smashed that. We just held on to we held on to it too long because we made money and then we held on to it and gave it back. So we're finishing cells $50 down. So it's neither here nor there. It's a break-even trade, really, in the grand scheme of things. But 4D Pharma just completely went against us. So could I have traded those better? Yep. Should I have traded those better? Yep. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you make the wrong decisions, or the market doesn't break out when you're how you're expecting it to. I had plenty of opportunities to be taking profit up at 850s, 860s, 870s. Went all the way up to 880. So I've no one to blame but myself. We're not getting the volume. I mean, GME, considering the following that GameStop has, the current candle that's on its way up is like 55,000 shares. Now, granted, it doesn't have the float size that AMC has, but AMC is 100,000 shares, so we should get more volatility out of AMC. It's got a much bigger volume. So 4Ds now, and this popped up, and we got in there right. We traded this on Monday well, and we then gave back $700 because we got in at the highs. We expected it to run on, and it didn't. So we got in at the highs, and that's my own fault again. So I've got nobody else to blame but myself in terms of today's trading. Just not at the races, and that's come more. The entries, I'm not too worried about the entries. I think the entries were fine. It's just holding on to the positions too long. That's what I've done, and adding too high on Neurosense. So yeah, entries are fine. Either holding on too long, not taking profits when I had it up here on 4D, $0.75 level. Should have been taking profits there. Psychological levels, everybody else decided to take profits there, so I should have been doing the same thing, and held on to it too long. It is what it is. But it's important to be able to, review your trades and spot any mistakes that you've made. It's important to be able to, learn from them. What indicators am I using today? At the moment, I'm using the volume weighted average price. That's the only indicator. I keep my charts very clean. So I'm using the volume weighted average price at the moment, and occasionally I'll use moving average crossovers. I'll use the 9, the 25, and the 200. If I'm using reversal, if I'm going and doing some reversals at the end of the day, I might get the Bollinger Bands out, or the RSI, or even the MACD, perhaps, to look for reversals. And I don't use those for entry or exit signals. I use the technical indicators for confirmation. So the most important one for me is the volume weighted average price, and not every platform. So depending on your broker, not every platform carries the VWAP on their charts, which I find absolutely amazing. I think it's one of the most critical intraday trend indicators. Certainly for day traders, it's one of the most critical indicators that you can have on your charts, and not every platform carries it. So if you go onto eToro, you can't get the VWAP, which I think is madness. You can't even see the volume on eToro, as far as I'm aware, I don't think. Let me just pull up an eToro graph. So here's an eToro chart. Now let's have a look at the indicators. So we've got all these different indicators. So studies. And so studies 2, volume weighted average price. No, you've not even got volume. So this is eToro web platform. You can't even find volume on there. And this is why it's difficult to be profitable on eToro. How can you judge your exit, your entry prices for confirmation without volume? That just makes no sense. So sales is done for the day by the looks of it. Below $3, so it's certainly done for me. 4D 40 Farmer. Maybe isn't. But there's no volume there. The volume's completely dried up. So the volume now is GME and AMC. Let's have a look at GME. Is there a position for me to get in? I've traded this so many times. I've got, look at this on the daily. Look at it on the weekly. I've got all these indicators, support and resistance from when I traded it last year. So I'll go back to 1 minute. Current high of day is 144. So just watching GME for 144. We started today 90k to the good. So 90k, just over 90,000 in equity. We're going to be back below 80,000 unless we take a profitable trade to minimize that today. No pressure. We're still above where we were before the big loss last Monday. So it's about taking the right setups at the right time. We don't take setups just for taking a setup's sake. Right. Missed this one. And 21. So we've got 4 minutes before this comes back. 3 minutes. So we missed this one. I was looking at this earlier and it was below the VWAP, so it sold off and I didn't. Just going to add this. It took the VWAP here on this volume. We could have looked for an entry price here. So this level here, so 1050. That would have been a good entry price. Here. Opening break of the opening range high. Or even as it broke that and pulled back to the VWAP, could have got in this candle here. So 1050 or 1075 would have been good entries here. Missed that one. And this is, why is it moving up today? This is why it's moving up today. Trading higher after the company announced the completion. Just have a look. Allego shares are trading higher after the company announced the completion of its merger agreement with Spartan Acquisition, which resulted in 98% of the company notes redeemed at the merger vault. The company is also gaining retail investor interest. So looks like the Reddit crowd are at it again. So this will resume. Let's resume in 2 minutes. Oh. Yes, I'm still red for the day. So 12,000 with 12,000 in the red today at the moment. You could trade GME options if you're getting good prices. What would your strike be? Would you put a strike at 145? Maybe. You're not too far out of the money there. Let's have a quick look at the 150. Could be a good strike price. Been up to 147, 148 pre-market, just shy of 148. So if you got 150, you probably get a good price on 150, and if it does move up there, 145. If I was going options, I'd probably get calls at 145. If you're going to buy puts on it, then you buy puts at 130. but you buy them out for next month. Give it a bit of breathing room either which way. You don't want to be losing money on the theta decay. Well, 36. If you're shorting Tesla, good luck. Every time I've tried to short Tesla, it's gone the opposite way for me. Hey, okay, that's gapped up. Okay. What's the halt levels? 1540. 1638 now, the halt level. So I'll add to this position if we get to 14s. I'm getting shit. It's the wrong button. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. Don't panic, Tony, don't panic. 1537, you dumb idiot. You're supposed to take 5,000, not 25,000. Okay. Happy. That was panic stations. That was panic stations. I wanted to take 5,000 shares and I took 25,000. I pressed the wrong bloody button. I was in the hole for about $20,000 then. It's gone. It's okay. It's gone my favour. So we're now in the good zone. Actually, we're back green on the day. That's more out of good fortune than actual design. Damn, that scared the hell out of me. Heart's racing like you wouldn't believe right now. Oh. This breaks 1550, I'm going to get out. I'm not frightening the life out of me. I feel like I've just been on a roller coaster. And that's the emotions of trading. Pay attention to where your cursor's at, guys. Pay attention to what you're doing. My goodness, that scared the life out of me. $17 is the halt up. And it looks like, oh no, false halt. We're in for $5,000 here. So $16 now. So what's the low of this one? The low of this one is 1574. So that'll be our exit. If I look a bit pale, I apologise. I just gave myself a bloody heart attack. Wasn't trying to do that. That's going to be make for an interesting trade summary this evening. Why did you go in so big at that level, Tony? I know. Well, I'm glad I'm not monetized on YouTube, because that language is not going to play out. I'll just be demonetized after that if I was monetized on YouTube. I don't have enough followers or watch time on YouTube to be monetized, apparently. So I need to up the watch count. Oh, we're in a good place now. We're in a good place. Only it went in your direction. You're okay. You're okay. 1650 is now our exit. The halt level is 1765. Don't ever do that again, Tony. Ever. 1795 is the halt level. We're approaching $18. It might get halted up here if continues. It's going to halt. No, false halt. The 1825 is the new halt level. 1650. I'm looking for a place to add. I'm not finding a place to add because the halt levels are too close, and it's going up testing the halt levels. I don't want to add into a halt level. I don't mind holding into a halt level, but I don't want to add into a halt level. The heart's still racing from that. So there it's halted. Good Lord. Yeah, I've actually got a buying power, over $500,000 worth of buying power today, Cornflake. So it's not so much what I'm putting in as what I'm risking. Now I put 25,000 shares into that by accident down at 1450 or whatever it was, which is almost all my buying power. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go in for 5,000 shares, but I was using the hot buttons, and I was looking at the chart. I moved my cursor over to the 5,000, and for whatever reason, I must have just come down and hit the 25 instead of the 5. So in for 25,000, it pulls back. It pulls back a whole $1. So I'm like, shit. I was caught like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I was a good $25,000 down. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, shit, I just need to exit. I need to exit. And I froze. I didn't exit. And I'm glad I didn't, because it then moved up and made me some money. But Christ, my heart, I feel like I've had a heart attack. I don't want to remove those quick buttons, because those quick buttons give me I could add space, a bit of space in between if I wanted to, I suppose, the format, and do it, a bit of padding in between. But don't do that again, Tony. I nearly had a heart attack. I'm thinking $5,000, pull back 5,000, and it's fine. And then I looked, and I went in for 25,000 shares. I'm like, I'm 25,000, not 5,000 in the hole. So yeah. Well, we're in this hole for 5,000 shares, which is what I wanted to get in for, was 5,000 shares. But we've realized 6,500 shares is our net. 8,000 shares profit trade P&L. So 8,000 shares, $8,000 trade P&L. I'm all over the place now. That's you can't get that in the simulator. For now, I've realised we've got $8,000 realised on the trade profit and loss. On this trade, we are 20,000 into the good. Level 2 is not showing me what it's going to resume at, so that's telling me it's going to be a longer halt than just 5 minutes, I think. So 33 to 38, we've got another 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, compose yourself, Tony. You've got a couple of minutes. You're only in 5,000. Worst case scenario is it gaps down $1 and you break even on the day. So, oh. I'm not way over the daily target. Not at the minute. I've daily target is 5,000, so we're 6,000 net, nearly 7,000 net. This is a volatile one. It's got a lot of volume too, so nearly 8 million shares traded so far, 7.6 million shares traded. So we're in for it's Allego, ALLG. It's moved up from this morning. It opened at, well, where did it finish yesterday? It finished yesterday 8.28, closed yesterday 8.28. It's up $10 on the day. So it's currently 120% up on the day. So 33, 38 should resume in 10 seconds. A funny feeling this is not going to resume in 10 seconds. This is going to be a 10-minute halt. Yeah, this is going to be a longer halt. Oh shit! There we go. Down. It's halted down. I don't know why it didn't resume. We'll get out. Okay, so net P&L 5,000 on the day. We just lost 3,000 on that. This is risky. This one. This is why I didn't want to win with 25,000. Clearly. Oh. Shut up, Kizzy. Buy followers, primes, and viewers. Bite me. Oh. Right. Let's look for another entry. Entry for me here, 1750. Gotta be up above 17. I'm not going big. God damn no. My nerves are shot today. I'll have a good man take what I've got here. Next candle to make a new high, 1740. There we go. It got filled. Move up. 1812 is the halt level up. Spreads are huge. Take a little bit off. 1852 is the halt level, so we just took half off. We went in with 5,000. We're taking half off. We've got 2,500. I'm just going to reel it back in. I'm going to trade a little bit smaller. Your heart's racing. You're trading too big. And my heart was racing, so I was trading too big. I'm going to trade a little bit smaller. And that way I don't have to worry as much. I'll just give this $17. We'll exit. Oh, I see this above 1750. I don't know which way I'm going to go yet. It doesn't know which way it's going to go, so I don't know which way I'm going to go. Get out there. Oh shit, I didn't, it's gone without me. So we just get 500 back off the top. Okay, so this is it's a difficult one to trade, this one is. Just going to scalp it from now on. I think. In and out. $17.50. Just looking for the next candle to make a new high, which was $17.50. So right now we're still getting big volume. Last two candles, this candle and the last one, it's lower volume, but the last three before that, big volume. We're not in this at the minute. This is where the volume is for sure. So just watching this now. 75k. Good stuff, Raphael. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the way forward for me. But if I get the volume come in, then I'll just scalp the moves from here on in and out. No issues that way. It's whether I get filled because the spreads are decent. It's gone without me. Gone without me. For the break of highs now for an entry at the break of highs. So the high of day is 1850. Halt level is 1919. So I've got a way to go. At 38. Not getting, these fills are really slow. Not getting fills. Take a bit off. What I'm gonna do just quick scalps every 10 cents or so. Eighteen, 1850 is the high of day. I want to see it break through 1850. Got 2,500 shares. Actually got just a bit more than that because of the didn't get filled. Tapped it. I'm going to test it again. I think so. It's not getting filled. Come on. I ordered there 1815. It's a sending wedge. We're kind of getting a bit of a flat top formation, which I don't mind. I've still got my order there at 1815, so as that moves up, I should get that filled. 1810s. Just going to leave that order there. Come on. Another partial fill. You are taking the absolute royal. Just fill the bloody order, would you? Does nobody want my order? Come on. How slow was that? There we go. We broke highs. So let's move on to highs. I'm just going to hold this position now to 2,600 shares. I don't know why I don't know why my heart's racing the way it is. I've only got 2,500 shares in, and it's like a continuation of the thing earlier. I'm just feeling it today. Really emotional about it today. 2001 is the halt level up. You know what? I'm just going to take a little bit off here. You are taking the mick now. Why am I not getting these fills? What's the spreads? 5-10 cent spread, so I should be getting the fill. I should be getting filled. No excuse for it. We're just in for 1,000 shares at the minute. I'm just going to trade a little bit smaller for now. We're good on the day, so I'm trading a little bit smaller until I can pause myself. I'm a little bit on edge still. And always scale in. Add another 1,000 there. $20.65 is the hold level, so we'll play plenty of time. 60 full dollar yet. Now 2,500 shares again. Quite breaking that. There we go. We broke the $20 mark. See, hold above $20. And it came back, pulled back to $20, held it as support. Now it's moving up to 21. 21.09 is the halt. A cushion on this one now, so just scaling in slowly. 21.41 is the halt level. That's there. We're going to halt or will be false halt. False halt. Yeah, halted. Okay, so we're halted. Oh, so I do trade options occasionally, but I don't day trade options. I use options primarily for swing trading. And I should have had a pint of Barocca for my nerves. I actually used. I need to get to buy some more. I used the last 2 tabs yesterday, so I'm calm again now. I just needed to recompose myself. I need to scale back and recompose myself, because that mistake that I made, it worked in my favor in the end, but the mistake that I made, it just threw me off my game. It just completely threw me off my game. So yeah, no need for a doctor. I'm fine, and we're just halted now for another 5 minutes, 4 minutes. So right now I'm going to just take a bit of a deep breath. I'm just holding 2,500 shares. I might add to this position if we break $22. I'm just taking it easy now, because we've got into a green position. We're green on the day. We are net P&L of just shy of 9,000 again. 10,000 realized, net P&L 9,000, and we're in a good position here. So our average our average cost is less than $19. This is up at 21.40s. So I've got, you know, $2.50 cushion on this ticker at the minute. So if we get over 22, I'll double up, bring my average price in, maybe take some more profits off, and then work from there. So yeah, Okay, so we've had 4.9 thousand likes in TikTok. We're 100 likes away from the 5,000 mark. So that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? We're half an hour left of the stream. So let's see if we can get another 100 likes, get us over that 5,000 barrier. But yeah, happy day. It could have been a very tragic day if this hadn't turned around, but happy day. And this is testimony to stock selection. Is if you wait for the one stock that sets up, ultimately taking trades for trade's sake is going to lead to losses. You wait for the one stock to set up and trade that one stock, that one trade can make your day. So here's me kicking myself again a little bit because the trades that I took earlier, do you know what? I took them for the right reasons, the right setups. They just went against me, and that can happen. But if I hadn't taken them, we've already realized $22,000 on this one trade. So if I hadn't taken those, we'd be over 20K up on the day. So, you know, we're consistently doing 10K a day over the last while. We've had a few bigger days than that as well, but we're getting trades in the 20s and 30,000s over the last couple of days. So we're kind of hamstringing ourselves with regards to the actual trades we're taking. Which stock turned around for me? Allego. This one, Allego. So it's we've been trading this since down at $14. It's now $21. So we've caught this. We've been trading this, and we've caught this $7 of this move, and we're currently, let's say, 22 realized, and whatever is on this 54, so 59.21. So we've got another minute left of this halt. When will I sell? When I get stopped out. So I'll continue to take profits on the way up, Jedi. So what I'm waiting for here. So right now I will give this $1. So the bottom of this candle here is $21.40. Is $20. So if it breaks below $20, I get out. And that's so what I'm looking for is for it to move up, I can add and then take some off, take a bit more profit, and just keep scaling in and out, take profits along the way. Okay. No, it faked me out last time. I thought it was not going to resume onto box. Went without me. All cocks. I've taken a bit more profit off. Now in for 5,000 shares. 23.91 is the next halt. I'm going to take a few more half off. So we're now having a good day. Having a very, very good day. Almost $20,000 on the day. So we'll exit this one at break even. This is our 21.45, so 21.50 we exit. Still 2,500 shares in there, but 21.50 we exit. So we've got quite a bit of a room for it to give it on this pullback. No, I'm just going to get out now. $22. enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. This is over $20 of $20,000 profit day. Over $20,000 today. So the high is $24. So I don't mind this pullback, bit of consolidation. I'm just going to take a few minutes to collect myself. You stink, dog. Oh, where's the YouTube? Or you can just swipe left and click on what looks like an Instagram picture, and it opens up to both either the Instagram or the YouTube. It's a quick way to get there. I don't think you can actually get there that way. Actually, you can, but it opens it up and it's in the TikTok browser as opposed to the actual browser. That's halted down. So we got out. Absolutely right idea to get out. So that's halted down at 2021. So let's address this. I use multiple strategies. The gap and go strategy is my most profitable strategy. This one, I used the momentum strategy for this one. So it was a little bit late in the day when this came. It was about half past 10, and we got in there for originally for. Actually, I'll walk the stream through it, the actual thinking behind it, and where we actually got in. So flip the camera on the 5-minute time frame. I'll talk it through on the 5-minute time frame. It's actually easier. It's much easier. So I got in here. It halted up, and then I got in there for the. Get rid of that. I got in for the break of the $0.50. So I got in here. I got in here for the break of the $0.50. I entered. I was trying to enter. I was going to enter for 5,000 shares, but I then added 25,000 slip of the hand, and it pulled back a whole $1. So at that stage, with the spread as well, I was $25,000 in debt. I was in a hole for $25,000. So I was like, shit, you know, this is that. I don't want that. But I was lucky enough. It then moved up, and we took some profits here. Here it came back down again. We added to the position, and then we moved up. When we've been taking profits, add the profits back, add to the position. We've been averaging between 2,500 and 5,000 shares. Since that initial position. So every time it's halted, it's moved up. So actually on the 1-minute time frame, you can actually see it. I'll just zoom in so that we can see what we're getting. So from here, you can see I added and took away 5,000 at the same time. Came down here. We were already had a good cushion on it, so we took some more profit off there. We added on the way back up. For the break of 1775, I think it was, or the break of that level. We took profits off up here before it flushed all the way back down. We took some more down here, added to the position here at 1725, and then we took some more off here for the break of $18. It came back down. We added to the position. Added here on the way up, took some more off here, added more up here at 19, getting really terrible fills, and then when it moved up, we've taken the position off, and we stopped out there at 22. So all in all, we're currently $19,500 net profit. The trade profit and loss is $20,800. So we're having a really good day today. It's probably the I think that's the best day of the week's best day of the month so far. Best day of the month so far. How much shares did I have to buy? 25,000 shares at one stage, but like I say, in area. So that basically was about $15 a share. It took me pretty much my maximum size. It was most of my equity, if not all my equity, was in there in terms of the buying power. So let's just do the maths. Yeah, so it's like $375,000 worth of worth of equity I had to take, which is huge money and more than I really wanted to put in there. So the fact that I was down $30,000 on the day as a whole, $35,000 on the day as a whole at that stage. I was down $12,000, and then that one trade was a $25,000 loss. So it looked like I was in the hole for $35,000. We started with $90,000 equity on the day, but we turned it around. I mean, I was confident enough that it was on the way up, and it was upwards momentum, which is why I didn't want to go so big, because the range is huge. The range on this ticker is absolutely huge. I didn't want to go so big. It's too much risk. So 5,000 was enough for me. I wouldn't have minded risking 5,000, a dollar or so. And we've moved up since then. We've moved up. When did we get in? At $14, and we've moved up to $24, $10. So when I think about it, we risked $1 to make $10. That's a 10-to-1 risk versus reward, which is better than I could have hoped for. What is the ticker to Allego? ALLG, ALLG. It's down. It's down around $20 now. It pulled all the way back to 18. So I want to see some consistency here. Before I get back in, I might just leave it as it stands. I'm happy enough with 19,000. Why risk giving it back to the market? But I know I'm just going to kick myself and try and trade some more, because that's what we do. Let me have a look on my little trading view. What's my biggest day of the month so far? This 19,178. I'm currently 19. So yeah, we're currently having our best day of the month. It's the second $19,000 day. So I need to either leave it alone or improve on that. What scanners do I use? Benzinga. So you can find Benzinga. They're listed in my link tree, so you can just go and take a look at them. They I swear by them. It's moving up with real velocity now. So just going to take a starting position. It's the high of this one. 22.22. So I'll take 1,000 and then scale in if it goes our way. If not, I can get out easily. So we're not getting in just yet. Just waiting for that 21.22. So next 5-minute candle to make a new high. Take a starter position. Just be careful, guys. I was fortunate today. I was fortunate. It went for me. It could quite easily have gone against me. But then again, they say you make your own luck, so I'm going to take the credit for it. I was blaming myself for the bad trades, so I'm going to blame myself for the good trades too. So I'll take the credit for it. What indicator am I using for momentum? The volume. Relative volume. So looking at the volatility, looking at the direction that the stock's taking, I use the volume weighted average price, and I use the volume histogram in the background. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that wine tonight, I think. $22.22, still the area I need to see it above. It's pulling back now. I think this might be done for the day. When you've got huge ranges like this on the 1 minute, on a relatively low value stock, you can make really good money, but you can lose it just as quick. So, you know, when it's moving 10%, 15% in space of a minute, it's a stock you need to respect it. You need to be very cautious and careful how you trade it. And put that into your risk, mitigate your risk with that. The range is incredibly important when it comes to risk mitigation. If it's going to move 10-15% on every single minute, you've got to expect it can move both ways that much. Well, I like to think that I'm a good trader, Etsy. I'm profitable. What was it? Chris Pratt said. What was it that he did? It's I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it well. So, which I think that's all of us, isn't it? That's all of us. When we're having a good day, it's like I've no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it well. So this is pulling all the way back to it's now under 19. So I'm kind of done on this one. It has to have a bit of a turnaround for me to get back in. It's got to be back over $20. So, and it can do that in a single tick, single minute. On this candle, this we a low of 1812 and a high of 2049. So it pulled all the way back to 1812 and moved back up to $20. So $2 move, 10% in a single minute. 131% up on the day. 21 million shares traded. What's the actual float size on this? I think it's about 20 million float. 15. Oh, it's a good size. It's 265. So 10% turnover of float. It's funny how the markets react to certain news catalysts. I expected some of the more positive news catalysts to get more interest, but no. Go figure. Crude oil. Let's have a look. I'll just pull up my trading view. And let's have a look at Brent crude oil. My goodness, $120 a barrel. Oh, that's not good. It's good if you're in oil, but it's not good for the wider economy. I mean, we just got back down to kind of $110 a barrel. Now it's up at 120. All cocks. Yeah. Never mind. Guys, it looks like I'm buying a bicycle. What do I think about AMC? Well, it tapped $20. It's now back under $19. So it's had a good day. It has had a good day. I've got to say, AMC, It's went up to 2040 something, 2043. Now it's back down 1885. So it started it opened at 1870s. So it's kind of sideways on the day. It's a little bit higher on the day, and after a couple of good days rallying, I don't think I'm a stand by what I said. I'm not interested in an AMC rally until it gets back over $25. I don't think you will see $25 again with AMC, but we're going to have these. And what you get with the meme stock crowd, the Ape Nation and everybody else, is like it pulls back and it retraces, and it loses about 30% of its value. And then all of a sudden, you get a 5% move to the upside. And yeah, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon. There's nothing, they don't say anything when it drops 30%, but when it goes up 5%, it's like, yeah, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon. It's like, oh, come on, guys. You've still got, you're still in a hole. You've still got bag carriers at $30. You've still got bag carriers at $50. It's not going to the moon. Ride the momentum while you can. And I made money with AMC last year. The whole, give the hedges wedges movement and all that kind of stuff. If I had to back the retail traders over the hedges, retail traders every single day of the week and twice on Sundays, even though we don't trade on Sundays, unless it's crypto. But I'm in the market to make money. Just holding on to a stock because you like the stock that's not good business. I'm a businessman. I want to make profits. I want to make money. And I'm not making money by holding on to a stock that's falling in price. So do I always scale into trades, or do I ever go full in immediately? So at the bell, the first 15 minutes of the day, I'm more inclined to go in with big size, because that's when you get the heavy volume. That's when you get a lot of momentum with a particular stock. So if it's moving to the upside, very often at the bell, if it moves to the upside and it breaks a key resistance level, like say pre-market highs or an opening range high or whatever it is, and you see the volume coming in, it's usually a lot safer to go in with big size right from the off to make big gains within that first 15 minutes, and then make sure you take profits. And that's what I didn't do today. Is I took profits on the way up, but then I added at the wrong time and kind of broke even on sells. We tried a little bit later. The momentum strategy was a little bit later with 4D Pharma, and we lost $11,000, over $11,000 on that one. So to make $33,000 back on Allego, happy days. What is the RSI indicator? So the RSI indicator, I will pull up my trading view and show you. It's probably the easiest one to can't show you, but I'll pull it up and then I'll get the thing. So technicals, RSI. Relative strength index. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so the relative strength index is a technical indicator, and it's, so here we've got Brent crude oil. Okay, so this is on the 5 minute. So at the bottom here, you've got this. This is the RSI indicator here. Okay, so when it's above this level of 80 or below 20, it's considered heavily either overbought or oversold. You see this line here? When we get down in here, a lot of people use this as an indication of a reversal. This is the RSI. So if you've got a reversal, it's down here, it's heavily oversold. So if you're buying in here, and what I would do in terms of if you're doing reversal strategies, you look at the candles and you look for a doji perhaps. So you're getting these hammer candles here. in a downwards trend. Then you get these hammer candles here, and which are, and as you've got a doji here in these hammer candles, which is showing a sign of selling strength, a potential reversal indicator. You look at the RSI and you're heavily oversold, so it's just a confirmation that if you buy now, the likelihood is that it's going to move to the upside, particularly if you start seeing it moving up towards the neutral territory here. Okay, so then when it comes up here, even though it pulls back to this level, it doesn't go back into the oversold territory there. So it pulls back to that level and continues to move up. What you then find is, as it starts to touch the areas above here, which is the above 70 is considered overbought, you start to get little pullbacks, cooling off. Every time you get in these levels here, it moves up and it's overbought. So then you get a red candle, a couple of red candles that you potentially could take advantage of. So it then moves back below into the neutral zone. Then as it moves up, it gets into the overbought section again. You get another red candle. So people use this to trade the ranges, and when it gets into the overbought, they take a short or a selling position, or take profits, and when it gets into the oversold, they take a long position and look for a move up. So that's what the RSI. It's just another technical indicator that you can use for confirmation of your chart patterns. I prefer to use it on reversals as opposed to entries and exits on something that's trending right now, like crude. There's other indicators that you can use. So the MACD uses the moving average crossovers, the MACD. But it gives very similar information. So how do you determine entry? Well, I look for entries when I see if a stock is exhibiting a particular trend. So if it's above the volume weighted average price and it's an upwards trend, it's got volume, relative high volume in relation to its normal trading volume, and we've got a good catalyst. I look for key areas of support and resistance. As it breaks those areas, that's where I look for my entry. Now, very often you'll get patterns within the candlesticks that will give you entry signals. So those patterns, you can get flat top patterns, bull flags. You can get wedge formations or flag formations. All of these, it takes a little bit of time, but if you learn all of these different formations, these patterns, geometric shapes forming within the candlesticks, and if you see these, they give you clear exit and entry indicators. No, they're not 100%, but a good flat top with an ascending support. A good flat top was more likely to break up was probably 80% of the time, and only if you've got really strong resistance, it will then fail and break downwards. And likewise, if you're taking a short position, a flat bottom tends to break down a little bit easier than the flat tops break up, but with less volume, because more people are trading with a bullish or a long bias. So you get more volume to the long side than you ever do to the short side. Short traders, people are more fearful than they are believing in strength. So what tends to happen is short traders get bigger moves or more reliable moves, but they don't get it with the same volume that long traders do. Okay, so 4 minutes left. We're kind of consolidating sideways. Anything that you want me to cover off? Remember to check out the links on my link tree. If you want Benzinga, try it for free for 14 days. Actually, I need to get back to somebody about the mentoring, and I completely forgot to schedule that for tomorrow. But I'll do that after this stream. So I will end the stream in 4 minutes' time. Take this little numpty for a little walk, and give her medicine. And we're finishing almost 20,000 to the good. So I'm not panicking about taking another trade right now, simply because I don't have to. Just for the sake of those on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube can see it in the bottom left corner. For you guys, we're $20,000 to the good on the trade profit and loss. After charges, that's going to work out about $19,500. So a good day, a good day. I've had worse, that's for sure. So I'm happy with that. That's the biggest day on the month date. So month to date, that's the biggest day so far. And just looking, we've got a huge volume candle forming here on LAGAR, but it's a red one, so I'm not too happy with that. Let's see that up towards $20. Not, we're getting a bit of a 5-minute flat top here, so sorry, flat bottom around 1860s, 1875, 1860s. So we might see that start to break downwards. So how do you figure exits? I let the market figure that out for me, which is one of the advantages of going long over short. So what I'm doing is I'm constantly updating my exit position. So if, for example, we're talking about LAGAR here, I entered it here at $14. As we moved up, so I entered at 14.25 or 14.26 or something. It pulled back. So as we move up, I'll then take some profits, and my stop then becomes break even on the trade. As we move up a bit further, I'll add to the position, take some profits, and my stop becomes break even on the trade. So then I'll add to the position, take some profits, and what tends to happen is as I keep doing that, my average cost per share is increasing with the price movement. So ultimately, I'm riding that price movement up as high as I can, and I end up getting stopped out for break even on the trade. So the remaining position that I am holding will be break even, and I've locked in all the profits along the way. So that's how I figure out my exits. Occasionally, I'll look at, there are indicators that become bearish signals and that tell you that actually we're not going to go any higher, we're done on this move, we're going to flush downwards, and you can get out early before a flush. But for new traders, before they learn all that, for new traders, just keep scaling up, taking profits along the way, adding back your position, and it will automatically give you that higher buy-in price. And you just stop out when the market pulls back to that break-even price. It's like putting a trailing stop loss on your position, but I do it mentally. Good question. A number of different ways you can, and again, if you're looking for reversals from a reversal strategy, they're just as good exit indicators as they are entry indicators. So if you're looking for a trend reversal, if it's, let's say it's selling off and you're going short on this position, so it's selling off, where someone is looking for the bounce, the bottom bounce, then they're looking to go long on the bottom bounce. It's the entry indicator for them is also an exit indicator if you're going short. So you can see that exit indicator. So like, if you're going long, for example, the flat top is a very bullish pattern. But if you're in long and you start seeing a flat bottom with descending resistance, the likelihood is that that's going to break downwards. So you can just get out there and not go through all the consolidation. So what would be trend reversal indicators for top reversals or bottom bounces can also be exit indicators if you are already in the position on the move up. Yeah, absolutely. A good day from the start. Monday was not as turned around as Monday, but we had a big red start on Monday and turned that around for 10k to the good. But we're 20k to the good. So, you know, I can't grumble. I can't complain at that. And if I'm being completely honest, I might just take a quick trade, see if I can make a quick $500 just to make that up to $20, 20,000 on the net. Let's look for an entry. No, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just being greedy. I should know when to quit by now. $19,500 is good by anyone's imagination. That takes us over $100,000 on the month. That takes us to about $110,000 equity on the month. We've started with 29,000, so we'll be what will that be? 110 plus less 29 is about $70,000. No, $80,000 profit on the month. So we've overtaken February. We're not quite at January levels, but we've overtaken February. Granted, we started with a lot more equity than we did in February, but we've still got another week's worth of trading yet. So we're over the $100,000 in equity. We're just shy of the $100,000 in profit. So we're having a good month. Just need to keep it going. Not as easy as it looks. Okay, I'm going to end the stream there. That's me done for the day. And I'll be back at it again tomorrow, an hour before the market opens, 12:30 GMT, 8:30 East Coast. And we do it all again. And hopefully tomorrow I won't have the red start. And like yesterday, we will be green from the off. And let's see if we can have a bigger day tomorrow. Where's my stream? Stop the stream.